Hello, everyone, and welcome to a race by race preview of Pakenham Cup Day. I had a few mishaps just in the last 2 or 3 minutes with the live streaming. It said I couldn't live stream, which I've ended up fixing up. So we're allowed to go on with proceedings, and let's get straight in with it because I'm absolutely sorry. I'm just playing myself on another screen. Don't mind that. Let's get straight on with it. So Pakenham Cup Day, really looking forward to it. There's a couple of horses on the card that I really like, as you would have noticed by my preview on Wednesday night. So Rail True, good 4, will be upgraded to a good 3 some stage throughout the day. Everybody knows that. No wind to speak of, so going to be in for a good day's racing. Let's kick it off with race number 1, the benchmark 78 over the 2,000 metres. Braden Star into odds-on favourite with the scratching of Ocean Miss, and I reckon it's the one to beat. Gate 6D Oliver, second up off a spell, probably is the only query going up to 2,000 metres. It might need the run, but I'm not going to doubt Basund and Young's stable. I think Braden Star will definitely be running well, and I would be surprised if it didn't win. Metron Bullwinkle can fill the minus placings, as can Flash Feeling. Station 1 probably couldn't go on with it the whole way. Apart from that, nothing. I think Zar X is over the odds for anyone wanting to. If anyone's looking for value, I reckon Zar X is over the odds. So that was quick for race 1. Race number 2 is a fillies and mares benchmark 78 over the 1,200. The favourite is Blistering, and at the moment, I think I'm going to go with it. Jason Maskill and John Pascoe know how to win a race on Pakenham Cup Day. If you think back to 3 years ago with Vainstream, Blistering ran well last start in it was at it was in the fillies and mares race, won by Mega Mayor on Cranbourne Cup Day. That was a good run. 4th up, should be peaking now. 2 starts ago was good in the benchmark 70, so I reckon Blistering is a good chance. I thought my Yankee Girl was a tad under the odds with a big weight first up, but we'll see how it goes. Adela Moore and Throntari, I think, are about their right prices, maybe even a touch short. The horse I think is over the odds is For Real Life for Blake McDougall. Good win 2 starts ago. Was okay behind Hypothetical last start, so For Real Life can run well. And this is the one I think is way over the odds. It's Bell CL. Now, the things that are against it is that it's got concussion plates the first time, and then a strong barrier 1 and it gets back. However, it is good enough to win. I like it carrying the 57.5 kilos. Craig Newitt knows the horse. If you're looking for value in race 2, Bell CL, I reckon, is the one in race 2. All right. Race number 3, a benchmark 70 over the 1,200 metres. Not normally a race like this on a Pakenham Cup Day card. It's more of a Wednesday meeting race than a Saturday, but we'll get on with it. The horse that's been really well back today is Sig Positano, 16 into $8. The money's come for that horse. That's significant. I had that in for second because the horse that I have for first is a horse called Air Clash. Matt Laurie, Blake Shin is a good booking. You're not losing anything taking Ethan Brown off. Was good in the MCCC final on Oaks Day last start. That was over 1,600. Dropping back to 1,200, I reckon, is ideal. Draws gate 11, so it'll be off the rails. And I think we'll have that nice blending run into the race in the 3 wide line. And I think Air Clash, and it's down in class. It's the one to beat for me. Sig Positano, as I said, second pick, is good enough to win first up, can carry the weight for Campbell Rawilla. Just how far back it'll get is the concern, but I don't really take that into account. Invincible Caviar and Duconi can win, but I'll just have Air Clash and Sig Positano above it. If you're looking for value, nothing really in this race. Hinto Blue maybe, but not really sure for value in that race. Race 4 is a benchmark 78 over the 1,000 metres. Najim Suhail's the favourite at 370. I was happy to take it on tomorrow. It's going to have to, work to get across from gate 12. However, they are down the chute, so it doesn't really matter. But it's going to sit on a hot speed. Blake Shin's a good booking, and it's been racing in some good races. But it meets a pretty good field here, despite it being a benchmark 78. And the horse that I've probably got on top at the moment is Squid Game. I think it represents more value than Najim Suhail. Squid Game from gate number 9 will be midfield to off midfield. The only query is the 1,000 metres, and it will want further later in its preparation. But this is a good kickoff point over the 1,000. And if it doesn't win, it'll be doing its best work late. Aside from that, Boss Lady Rocks can run well, but not for me. Dance to Dubai, maybe not at the 1,000, maybe needs a bit further. Okay to pay, market doesn't like it at all. So no, if you're looking for value, then just, yeah, don't look at this race because there is no value. But at the moment, Squid Game is probably my on-top selection in race 4. Race 5 is a 3-year-old benchmark 70 over the 1,000 meters. Douce is the $3.70 favorite for Ethan Brown. Has to carry the 60 kilos, which is a bit of a concern. And the barrier doesn't really suit this horse at all, considering it goes forward and there's a little bit of pressure. I was happy to take on Douce at the price. The horse I've probably got on top at the moment is Red Card for Craig Williams. Very speedy. I don't think Pakenham is its track, and that's my main concern. But it won well last start at the Valley. It won its maiden very well at Hawkesbury prior. From gate 1, if it gets crossed, I'm probably going to be a bit concerned, but Craig Williams with the 550 metre straight should be able to get off the fence at some point. So Red Card on top for me. The horse I think is over the odds, and I probably will be putting on my Twitter tomorrow, is Little Miss QB, and I'll tell you why. It's first up. It's fresh. It had 2 runs last preparation, which was its first preparation. It won a Moe Maiden by 3 lengths. Okay, it's pretty good. That was on a heavy track, however. Despite it being on a heavy track, it still won very well and then went to Moonee Valley next start on a Saturday race, pulled up lame, only got beaten a length and a half. So, and that was on a heavy track as well. So, if it handles the good track, it's definitely got the class to win, and I reckon it can win. That's the only concern. Zach Spain rides, gate 12 will be on speed, out of trouble, out wide. They've only got to turn 1 bend, so it doesn't really matter if you're without cover. So that's my rough view of the race, Little Miss QB. But this is a very hard race. Douce can win. I think River Ribble can win first up. And then plenty others. Philosopher with Ember Yusufovic for the new stable has been jumping out well as well. So anything can win this race. Race 5. Race 6 is the first leg of the quaddie. This is a benchmark 100 over the 1,200 meters. And the favourites Corner Pocket got into as much as $3.50 today, back out to $3.80. I've got it marginally on top. I've got 2 horses I like. We'll start with Corner Pocket. I've marginally got this horse on top. I don't mind it carrying the big weight in this race, the 58 kilos. Gate 1's a little concern. If it gets crossed, it might get stuck, but it's got the form to win, and I reckon it can win. Felicia in the $6 with the new stable. I don't know why that's going to turn up. Has to face up to Corner Pocket again, which Corner Pocket beat at fair and square in the Chautauqua, won by Azar. But I think Corner Pocket can probably win this race. Curran, I think, might get too far back. The other horse I like is Umgawa. Not really a jump-out horse, but ahead of this assignment tomorrow has jumped out really, really well for Damien Thornton, and Umgawa will be running a race. The main reason that I had it behind Corner Pocket in my tips was because Corner Pocket is going to be in front of it, which the shoot 1,200 meters, you don't want to get too far back at Pakenham. So I've got Corner Pocket just ahead of Umgawa, but anything can win. If you're looking for value, not much. I mean, Umgawa probably represents value at $7, but not much in race 6. Race 7, the Pakenham Cup over the 2,500. Kissinger has overtaken Milford as favourite today. Milford obviously favourite last night. I'm still sticking with what I said on Wednesday night in that my top selection is Noble Heights. I think back in 40 metres will help it turn the tables on Kissinger. The little 1.5 kilo weight swing will help it. Matt Kimani knows how to train a Ballarat Cup winner. 4th up will be fitter. Sorry, Pakenham Cup winner. I said Ballarat Cup winner. Noble Heights will be running well, and I've got it on top. Kissinger can definitely win. Don't discard that. I think Milford has done itself no favours by winning the Eclipse Stakes last start. It's got to carry the 59 kilos. It's got to go up 700, which I think presents it as the real X factor in the race. But just with the weight, I really don't like it, horses over the long distances carrying the weight. So I was happy to take on Milford. I'm probably becoming less and less confident on a Good Idea. Can still run a place, but that Sandown Cup, just going in my head, didn't rate the best with Gin Martini winning, did it? So Noble Heights for me is going to be on top in the Pakenham Cup unless scratched, and then I have to rethink my selections. Okay, race 8, the Vobis Gold Bullion over the 1400. Looks like Elvis the favourite at 330 first up for Williams. Has to carry the weight, and I don't really like it first up. Horses like this in, the Vobis Gold Bullion. And it has to concede the race fitness factor to Jimmy the Bear, who brings the best form. Golden Eagle was okay run, but that's the right form reference heading into the Vobis Gold Bullion. Before that was good in the Weekend Hustler behind Cardinal Gem, but it's been up for a long time, which is the main concern. And if Paddy Payne can maintain it going, I think it's a 5-week gap or a 4-week gap. It's one of the two. Might be a 5-week gap. So that's the only concern with Jimmy the Bear. The other one that I'm really warming to that I didn't say on Wednesday night is Nicolini Vito. Now, it's been running poorly its past two, but that is due to the wet track. Get this horse back on top of the ground. It's a winning horse. The last time it was on a good track was in the Caulfield Village behind Gravina. Although that Caulfield Village didn't rate very strong, Nicolini Vito still ran well. And Jimmy the Bear is probably in front of Nicolini Vito in the run, and it's drawn gate 2, which presents itself as a bit of a tricky ride for D. Oliver. But I just think it's a tad over the odds at $7 and should be closer to Looks Like Elvis in the market. The two horses I like are Jimmy the Bear and Nicolini Vito. Clearly, if you're looking for value, look at the other races because there's not much. Race 9, the 1600 meter benchmark 78. This is a very hard race to finish the day. I'm not really sure who I'm going to go for yet because it's so open. We'll start with Chicago Bear, the favourite. Ran well last start, unlucky not to finish closer in that benchmark 90 on Champions Day behind French Emperor. Gate 2 should be running well with Blake Shin going on. Not sure why Craig Williams isn't riding. However, they might have dumped him off because of his ride last start. I don't know. The main concern I have with Chicago Bear is second up off that eye-catching run first up. I don't really like imports second up that like really attack the line first up. It might just be a bit of second up syndrome, and I'm not putting it down to that. I think Chicago Bear can definitely win. I'm just trying to find an excuse with it. Aaron Bay is right next to it in the market. I don't know why it was so short. I know that it's won the Silver Bowl final beating Cardinal Gem, and that's pretty good form. But it wasn't that great in the benchmark 70 at Cranbourne 2 weeks ago. And it's drawn gate 16. It's drawn the car park. I'm not too sure about its chances tomorrow, and I don't know why it's so short, but could prove me wrong. That's the two favourites. The horse that I've probably got on top at the moment is actually some value. So for people looking for value, just note this one down, is Typhoon Harmony. Now, this horse was a total forget run last start at Ballarat. I can't remember whether it had cardiac arrhythmia, which I hope it didn't because that is a bit of an issue, or it just didn't handle the wet track. Hopefully it just didn't handle the wet track, but if it had cardiac arrhythmia, I might change my selection. If it didn't handle the wet track, that's good. Before that, on a good track, which is probably what it's best suited to, it ran a very good race in the Pakenham Cup at Geelong. Although that's probably not the best form reference, still good run in that race. And before that, was pretty good at Morphettville behind two very good horses in Iron Benet and Manhattan Times, running on from the back. Fourth up, getting ready to win, Gallagher's trains it. Craig Williams goes on to ride. From gate 12, if it gets cover, I reckon it can really be attacking the line late. And because I'm happy to take on the two favourites tomorrow, I reckon Typhoon Harmony is a great chance in the last at $14. So get on it. But if it had cardiac arrhythmia, forget what I just said. It'll probably still win anyway. But yeah, that's my look at Pakenham Cup Day, the race by race preview. Hopefully you watching this back on replay can get on some of my horses and hopefully they can win tomorrow. Next week we're racing at Sandown. I'm going to the meeting, so I'm excited about that. Obviously, it's supposed to be at Caulfield, but it's at Sandown now because obviously Caulfield's having a major redevelopment, which I'm looking forward to. But I'll see you next week for a Sandown race by race preview on a Friday night. Bye for now.